What about endorsing us to sponsor you becoming a product yourself now? If that means slaving away your freedom of mind, freedom of choice to trade it in for a hero, but it's really corporate worship, when it boils down to spending irresponsibly and companies taking advantage of your consuming to fatten up your ideas and perception for the comfort to ease the pain from the day to day, only to force you to fasten while fasting the moral compass, ready to slim down your chances just to pick up the prices they're willing to pay.
It's more important to know how to interact with someone utilizing these personality traits than how to identify the traits in a person. Because when you can identify how to interact with a person utilizing these traits,
The things that, like, just for an example, that two of the ladies would come over and tend to my.
You may very well be in a position where you need that exploration and experience. It's like that's going to be what it takes both for you to feel satisfied with the level of experience you have and also to get an opportunity to experience genuine consequences from it.
And for those of you who don't know, St. Augustine is one of the most haunted cities in the United States. And I think it was our 3-year anniversary. I can't remember, but I had decided to rent a bed and breakfast for us for about 3 days. And we had 2 bed and breakfasts. So the first one was at a well-known haunted bed and breakfast. We had 2 nights there. And then the third night we spent somewhere else.
Hardy, 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 ho. Hardy, 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 hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Monday's Assembly of Excellence. I am your host for this evening. Deep Entropy, Last of the Writer's Creed. What is the word? How everybody feeling? Peace, blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. It's a pleasure and privilege to be with you guys one more time. Shout out to everybody watching from Instagram, from Twitter, to Rumble, to YouTube. Salutes to you. I hope everything is going according to the things and the will of God for you. I hope that you're still in the right state of mind right now, emotionally, spiritually. We got a good one tonight. My flowers first and foremost to my poets and my artists and my writers. If you wasn't tapped in with us last week, we did an open mic on Friday. Shout out to Mad Mystic. That was a hell of a show, man. We had a freestyle at the end of it. Great work, great poetry, just a good vibe, man. If you are a writer, a poet, an author, a singer, and you want to join the show, hit me up, email me. You know what I'm saying? Everything down at the bottom is there for your viewing pleasure. So if you want to connect and network, let's do so. Also, shout out to Christy and the brother Wicked Low. They got a project that I'm going to be jumping on with them here real soon. Stay on the lookout for that. Shout out to Air Bear. I shared one of his videos. He's a producer, hella talented. Check him out as well. Shout out to Prodigal. Just let's spread the love. One more person I want to put in here too. Greg Kelly. Greg Kelly is the creator and the the man behind the intro for the Attic Open Mic. So shout out to him as well. Got to make sure I get all of them in there.
Bang, 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 bang.
Uh, Tonight I want to talk about this. First of all, there's two parts, right? So one, there's an interview between Ray J and Candace Owens. Um, I didn't watch the full thing, but if you want to check it out for yourself, I'll make it available. I keep saying I'm gonna make shit available, and I don't. But that's only for other reasons. But if you really are interested in this interview, I will make sure that you can check it out. Um, I don't know how familiar any of you are with Candace Owens, but this is a black woman who, to me, is very articulate. She's very poised. She stands on her word, her talking points. She's not presenting herself to be something that she isn't. She really truly embodies her belief system and religion and Christ, and being a woman. From what I've seen, if you have evidence otherwise, I would love for you to come up here and talk and give your case. As of right now, I don't have anything negative to say about that woman in particular. She's probably one of the few people that I think gets in front of a camera, has a platform, and uses her platform for the reasons that they should be, the things that she talks about. Um, Going against the grain, speaking on the behalf of a generation that is probably more likely being disquieted by socialism and censorship. There's a lot of women like her, and I'm certain of it, that have her viewpoints and believe in the same things that she does, but they don't get nearly as the same amount of recognition for whatever reason. And so for that, I wanted to usher this spirit of thought into this tonight's conversation. She's doing an interview with Ray J about his music history. They're discussing his upcoming show, which is the part two that I wanted to go over, which is going to be a little doozy because I'm not going to say a lot of things that's going to be very pleasant to a lot of folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you don't like what I have to say, then I would ask that you would look a little deeper into your own subconscious pocket and ask yourself what is wrong with me, that I find something wrong with what he's expressing on his platform, for whoever might agree or disagree. I mean, it's all opinionated, right? So there should really be no harm in sharing my views whatsoever. But I'm pretty sure everyone knows who he is. Musician. You should probably know him from Moesha. You probably know him from Kim Kardashian, Loving the Hip Hop. His music to me is, he can sing, but he's never been someone that I was blasting in the car. He's not someone that you're going to catch me um, downloading on iTunes or on my phone. It's not on my Pandora. No, that's not my cup of tea. He has some decent hits or whatever, but he's not my, you know. Anyway, he has a show that is related, or it has like the same undertones as Love and Hip Hop, Bad Girls Club. If you can name a ratchet, violent, ignorant, waste of utilizing TV time. This is pretty much along the lines of that same shit. Except his show is the queer version. I can't remember the title of it, but his show is based around men pretending to be women, or in the eyes of the world and society, they're transgender. So because I'm supposed to accept them being transgender, that makes them women. Yeah.
Shut up, bitch.
So this show is basically the Bad Girls Club. You name the show. This is that show, but it's for men dressed up as women playing, and yeah, it's that type of programming. And so she's doing a interview with him and another transgender person that's going to be on the show, and she's asking all of the basic questions. What got you into music? How do you feel about going into this field of work, knowing the scrutiny that's going to come from it? um, how do you feel about working alongside this? um, she even went as far as to have her one-on-one with the trans woman, asking various questions, um, trying to prove and disprove and give her take on just exactly what she thinks about them in general, but not even the person, but she was trying to touch on the psychological part where we question whether or not these people or individuals are mentally unstable. Do they have things going on in their psyche or in their childhood growing up that put them in a position to where they feel as if they're actually this or actually that? And it was a pretty level-headed discussion from what I saw. Like I said, when you sit down with someone such as Candace Owens, you're always going to have pushback. You're not going to always agree on everything that is being traded back and forth. But one thing that I love about these type of discussions is that even though you might not be comfortable with the questions, you might not be comfortable with being put on the spot or challenged on some of your points of views, as an adult, whether or not you agree or disagree with the person's gender or ethnicity, they still present themselves in such a beautiful way that out of sheer respect alone, I can sit there and listen. I can't do the back and forth where a person is arguing just to argue, or you ask them a question, and every time you ask them a question is met with a question in return, evading even divulging any answers to the question at hand. I'm trying to get to a point here. I'm trying to get you to see why there might be something that you need to look into a little bit deeper. But if we talking over each other, we can't get nowhere. Not all. One person has to talk, the other person has to listen. And you have to listen with the intentions on rationally processing what they're asking you. If you're constantly in a state of opposition and you're just trying to defend yourself because you feel like you're being attacked, then all of this is moot. But this was a pretty decent interview. I love these type of conversations. But my take and my view on it in general, overall, the interview was good. Um, in terms of how it was handled on both parties, Candace Owens is always stoic. She never loses her cool. She never gets out of character. Uh, she's pretty witty. She has her humor, but to get ratchet and start throwing shit and all that, it never gets to that point with these type of discussions. Ray J, if I could talk to you right now, if I could speak to you and the young man lady that you were talking to, I would have just a few things to say. And
my goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole and never have sucked a penis. That was my only goal.
I want to be honest with you, right? Because Ray J is a brand. Your name is a brand. Whether or not people like your music or like you as a human being, you are a brand. Your name resonates in numbers all across the world. You got just too many different things going on, for especially being the complexion that you are. Me as a black man myself, I understand even having just the simplest lifestyle, working 9 to 5. I don't have all of what you have going on. I don't sit down across from people like you do. I don't have these business discussions the same way you do. I'm not engaging with various women and men on a daily basis like you do, not on the same level. The things that I deal with are similar, but not similar. But we still have the same type of responsibilities and stigmas on us. What's funny is it doesn't matter if you got 100 million views or 2 views, you still have the same responsibility. You're in a spotlight, whether or not you're on camera or off camera. You go into that job, you have a brand, your last name, your first name, your work, how you conduct yourself, how you carry your business. Is your word your bond? Is your dress code up to par? Are you speaking eloquently? Or are you operating from a place of ignorance because of lack of knowledge? Are you being an example to your coworkers? Are you being an example to men and women of your color and outside of your color? Because we're always under a microscope. We're always being looked at by somebody for how we appear, how we act, how we conduct ourselves. Are we level headed? Are we doing the right things? Are we bringing light to the world? Are we being dark? Are we being toxic? There's always a stigma on us. It will forever be a stigma on us. And for you, my friend, you are known to the entire world, which means that the eyes are on you. They're fixated on you a million times more. And what I never understood about someone like you in the position that you are in is how money could change the person that you are. I could never understand how a person in your situation, knowing that our history with being in this ball of sin and hell and mischief and lust and greed and pride and ego and arrogance and vexation, someone like yourself who see the struggle, you see the homeless people, you see the people struggling with their sexuality, you see the people struggling with their innocence, you see the stigmas, you see all of the death and the destruction in nuclear homes, you watch the news, you you get all of the same things that we get, but for whatever reason, people in your position always use or utilize their opportunities and their positions in the most ridiculous ways. It baffles me. It troubles me. It worries me. It scares me. One, because, hold on, give me my eyes. Give me my eyes. There's a couple of reasons why this bothers me. One, because whether or not anyone listens to me is fine. I'm just a random person talking on the internet. No one has to believe a word I say. They can go on with their life, make their money, spend time with their family and their loved ones. They can go right back to listening to the music and watching the shows and whatever. They that's their right. Everyone has their right to follow whoever, whatever they want. But one thing I will not do is sit up here in front or lie or put on this facade or make it look like it's one thing when it's completely something else. As much fame and as much success as you have, what about this particular show that you're about to broadcast, if it's not already airing? What part of this show is supposed to enlighten the audience? What part of this show is supposed to heal broken people or supposed to save lost souls? What part of this show is supposed to bring structure back into broken homes? Where's the healing at? Where's the love at? Where's the education at? I'm honestly asking the question, not even just to you, but to just the general public. Everyone who is in the comment sections of the gossip videos, everyone that is a part of the drama that keeps on getting put in front of the camera. Kim Kardashian sucked this person this day. Kim Kardashian this day. Post about this. Post about that. Where's the post about someone getting saved or someone's life getting saved? Where is the positivity at? They're already, and this is just how I feel. Y'all can feel however you want, but they're already trying to force children, trying to groom children into questioning their gender as it is. Teachers are forcing this BS in their classrooms. I don't know how that shit goes under the radar, but it does. The TV, every time you turn on the TV, it's a cartoon with innuendo all through it, sexual innuendo all through it, about being homophobic, homosexual. There's videos with women on women, parades where men and women are walking half dressed, half naked everywhere. What are we talking about here? What are we really doing here? So, as a black man who has the opportunity to reach hundreds of thousands of people every day, we have the ability to get inside of these infrastructures that need attention. You have the resources, you have the finances, you have the backing to get in there and really set an example to say all black men don't operate like this. All black men do not think like this. Not all of us support this. Not all of us are behind this. Not all of us are for this. We will not accept it. This is not tolerable. I'm taking my time. I'm taking my talent. I'm taking my money. I'm taking my name, and I'm going to invest it somewhere where it's better served. And this is the problem. This is absolutely the problem. From the black YouTube content that's constantly put up here to the pop your balloon stuff, everything is negatively affecting how we deal with men and women. The dynamic is horrible. How we communicate is horrible. How we look at life is horrible. How we look at each other internally is horrible. We don't understand that everything that we do comes with a price and repercussions. And your idea is to put more trash in front of more compromised eyes. Your great idea was to put men dressed up as women who cut off their private areas. Let me tell you something. You know you're just as responsible. And I'm pretty sure Candace Owens may have spoke on this. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure she has on some occasions. I'm pretty sure she's spoken on this before and got some pushback. Anytime you say something that's against what is right, you're always going to have somebody that has something negative to say about it. Oh, you hate such and such. You hate such and such. Counsel them. Counsel them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. We don't want to hear you talk. You're crazy. You're losing it. No, we don't want. Right. Right. But you do know.
Bang, 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 bang.
You know that you done fucked up, right? Anything, bro, it always comes back. There's a boomerang effect with everything we do. Every word that we put out there, every time we're petty with somebody because we just felt like we wanted to get back at them, every time we speak negatively on somebody's name behind their back and in front of them, every time we bully, every time we lie, every time we steal, every time we sleep with somebody else's partner, every time we covet somebody else's wife, every time we influence someone to do the wrong shit, every time we post something that is a complete, utter bunch of BS, every time we comment under somebody's stuff, cyberbullying, everything has a Morgan from the Walking Dead. Everything. Absolutely. Absolutely everything has a return. And everything that you're doing, I can tell is for money. Your music isn't jumping, it's not going the way that you probably would have liked it to go. So you're kind of trying to venture off into other things. And I get it. If I was in if I was in his position, or if I was in any of these celebrities' position, we don't even really know how much these folks making. The way they be selling their body and their soul, you would think that they ain't making nothing. But for me, if I was sitting on 2 million, 3 million, $4 million, my end all be all would not be to stay in the music industry. For one, because I already know the music industry is hellbound anyway. There's absolutely nothing that is out here in the music industry that doesn't have any hint of Satan sprinkled in it somewhere. And you can believe me or you can pass it on, but that's where I am with it. I never understood how folks can come into all of this money and still be that greedy. My nigga, you set for life. What? You're set for life. What? How do we get that greedy? $5 million, I'm out the game. I'm gone. Hasta la vista, baby. I know exactly what I'm going to do with that. I'm gone. I'm like Tupac. You will not see me anymore. I've contributed all that I was going to. Now I'm going to do something with this that's going to keep me for the remaining years, whatever that is of my life. There's absolutely no way I'm going to be 80 years old still trying to make music. Not that anyway. See, once you get to a certain age, and once you understand, like, I'm trying to be completely transparent here, right? Because music, a lot of it, a good majority of it is evil. A good majority of it has evil connotations to it. The messages within the music itself influences people, whether you understand or know it or not. Satan is influenced through some of this music that you listen to. Everything is shoot, shoot, sex, sex, drugs, drugs. It's all the same thing and repeat all over again. There's no one doing anything original that's outside of that. I don't hear none of them rappers praising God. I don't hear none of them singing about God. I don't see none of them doing videos with God in it. I see a lot of Satan in it. I see a lot of satanic practices. I don't ever see God involved in any of it. A lot of them people sold their soul, man. And then we be still sitting up here listening to it, not understanding that this screwing us up. So it's bad enough already as it is that media is pushing all of this wicked shit. Your children watching it, your teenagers watching it. Hell, adults are making TikToks. I scroll up and down my little TikTok feeds. I scroll through my YouTube reels and shit. Grown ass people dancing to Sexy Red and like, come on, man. Nah, man. No, 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 no. You know what's interesting? And I know a lot of people would say this. Oh, it's not my fault. To that, I didn't make you listen to that. I didn't force you to listen to that. You got parents. You grown enough to do what you want. You don't have. You can put censors on it. You can blah 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 blah. Cry me a river. All these excuses. All these excuses. Why you don't want to take accountability for influencing somebody to pick up a gun instead of a book. Cry me a river. Somebody unalived themselves because one of your songs made them depressed. One of your songs inspired somebody to become a gang member. One of your songs inspired girl on girl action. One of your songs inspired somebody to go out here thinking the LL Cool J. Right. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So what do you think is going to happen? These people are not stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. They know their market. They know their consumer. They know who's susceptible to lust. They know who's greedy. They know who's needy. They know who's without God. They know who don't stand on any type of principles or morals. They know who is going to purchase and invest into the debauchery that is being pushed and advertised on a daily basis. That's why parents think it's okay to do little family videos dancing to these sycophants, these video vixens, and they're not even video vixens. Video vixens, oh my goodness. Well, what? Nah, man. No. No, 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 no. And I want to say too, my brother, a reason why you don't know of them is because they're nothing to listen to. They're nothing to listen to. None of the music out here is really worth anything. RIP to a young lady who just lost her life because of her lifestyle and her music. But y'all want to keep on celebrating it. You want to keep on promoting it and supporting it and backing it and funding it. But you don't want to acknowledge the folks that are calling it out for what it is. I don't want it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want my family to see it. I don't. I don't care for it. Why do you care for it? Honestly. So this one-on-one with Candace Owens, it showed me a couple of things. It showed me that, for one, Ray J has some serious issues going on in his life that goes beyond the surface level. What I mean by that, he told a story.
To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf, and it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
So he told a story, right? And he was describing how he dressed up as a female. I think it was just as a joke or something. Don't quote me. I might be butchering this story. But he dressed up as a woman and he looked in the mirror and he said to himself, damn, I look good.
Damn.
And after he did that, he never did it again. I don't care how much money is offered to me. I don't care if you're the love of my life and you want to do foreplay and role play, and I don't care if you're the baddest woman in the world and we right there, clothes just completely came off and I'm at full attention. There's no way this brother is putting on a dress for a single soul. You got to be all the way confused, my brother, my sister, whoever you are. Ain't no straight heterosexual man putting on a dress for nobody. And the fact that you even entertained it and then you looked at yourself like, damn, I actually don't look that bad. Something is really wrong there. But of course, I already knew that. It was, the signs were already there. You gotta really think about this, right? This is Hollywood we're talking about. This is the world of the rich and famous, where everybody wears the nicest chains and the flashiest clothes, even though some of these people can't dress for shit. Like, if we being completely honest, a lot of these folks cannot address shit. You remember when Lil Wayne came out with them big ass red goofy movie shoes? Who the hell? I think it was like $500 or something. You gotta be all the way out your mind. Where the crack at? Where the needle at? Like what? These people y'all be idolizing, though, looking up to. You tap in with their live streams, you tap in with their videos and uploads. You want to know what they eating and shit every single day. You want to know what they just bought from the store. Shit is wild to me, man. Absolutely wild to me. Ray J, let me talk to you, brother. What's going on with you, sir? What's going on with you? Now, I'm not holy filled and sanctified all the way. I still sin and mess up. I am not perfect. I have done my dirt just like the next person, but I can tell you one thing that I know for certain. Hell is real. God is real. And the way that you're moving right now is not cutting it, brother. You're not by yourself, but this is specifically for you because, for one, I'm offended. I'm very offended because I'm an African American black man who struggles every day to pay his bills and to keep a roof over his head and to take care of himself and his loved ones. I have gifts just like everybody that's watching here. Some of us have bled and almost died to protect our loved ones. A lot of us didn't have it as easy. We didn't grow up under the spotlight. But you could be doing so much more. And this is what happens when you walk out of the grace of God and you start wanting to do things the way that you want to do them. You want to live how you want to live. You got the money, you got the spotlight. Everybody adores you. Everybody is keeping up with your trends, and you do understand that this is a temporary place that we are. We won't be here forever. Everything that you are doing here is not coming with you once you leave here. You do know that, right? You can't take none of that money. You can't take none of that sex. You can't take none of your friends. You can't take none of your family. You can't take none of your shoes. You can't take none of it. Everything stays here. The only thing that goes is your spirit. Now I go into my concluding thoughts on this entire story and on him and just on this particular subject in general, because this all starts off with an interview between him and Candace Owens and transgenders having a whole entire platform on TV, network TV. I'm trying to formulate my thoughts. I want to make sure that I'm completely uh, cognizant of what I'm saying here. For all the fun, for all the joy and laughter, for all the sabotage, for all the money you make, for all the friends that you come across in life, for all the hardships, for all the smiles and all the cries, and for all the tears and for all of the things that you hide in your skeleton closet. You swallowed the key for everything that we do here. For everything that we do here from the heart. We sow a seed, and that seed grows and it turns into something. And what you take from what you sowed in the spirit is what you reap on the other side, unless you repent and you really change the way that you move and you think and you view the world. Right now, I don't know how you view the world. I don't know what you think about it. I don't know how you feel about your spiritual walk. I don't know if you care. A lot of people just live in the moment. A lot of us are only thinking about right now. We're not concerned about what happens after this, because everything that's happening right now is happening right now. So why worry about what's going to happen later on when I'm here? We're not invisible. And I've lost damn near everybody in my life. I'm still waiting for them to walk through the door again. None of them have walked through the door again. Not a single soul that's been placed into the ground has risen back up and come back to give me a hug. I don't know where none of them are. I pray that they're where the good Lord is. My whole point is, though, you come on, man. You're not only are you adding on to this wave where they want us to accept this abomination. We say we got to use pronames and pronouns and all that bullshit. We can't even say certain stuff without getting arrested or getting reprimanded or in trouble for how we move around. But we're always the ones that's under something. You don't see nothing wrong with that. You're not bothered by that. You don't care that children are going to be watching this show. You don't care that it's going to affect people. Enough of us are already hurt, broken, sad, need friends, need love, need guidance, need peace, need God, need good word, real word. Enough of us already need healing as it is, and you want to add on to taking someone completely off their path by putting this garbage on TV. And I want to say real quick, because I'm gonna highlight a couple of these comments real quick. Over to KKSTM. Flip the negative into positive, especially if you are in a position of influence. That's my whole argument. That's my whole argument. You got the world in your hands. You made it. You got the money. You got the name. You can come and go to different countries if you want. You can retire if you want. You don't have to even work anymore for real. But what are you doing with what you got? Instead of doing the stuff, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't get it, but I do get it. You're operating from a demonic place. And then what is even crazier is you think that you can donate to charity and then still promote sin and promote the wrong shit. You think it's going to balance each other out or cancel that one thing out because you did this. Don't work like that. You got to be one way, and you have to be that way and stay that way. You can't be flip-flopping, lukewarm, coming and going with how you want to operate. Do you want to be a child of God? Do you want to be a servant of God? Do you want to save souls? Want to help send souls to the place that no one wants to go? Make your choice. Make your choice. You can't have it both ways. I can't have it both ways. No one here can have it both ways. You're either going to do what God needs you to do, or you're not. And you're going to continue to live life the way you want to live it. And hey, to each his own. I'm not judging nobody, but the truth is the truth. We play around too much. We indulge too much. We live the way we want too much. And then you wonder when things backfire and don't go the way you want them to. You wonder why. Well, you're not operating in the fullness that God wants you to. And until you do, things will never go the way you want them to. You might you might think you're getting away with it because you've been living this lavish lifestyle and you're indulging in every single lustful thing that you can, and nothing has really come from it yet. I've seen both sides, and I know what's out there. I see what's out there from a spiritual aspect. I see what's happening. I see what's happening to everybody here, to those who have a prayer life and have a church and have people who's prayed for them and pray for them. Continue to do so. Thank them. Be grateful for them. Don't take them for granted. I'm just telling you, don't. Because what's lurking behind the veil is not pretty. It's not pretty in the least. Ray J, get it together. I don't want this show. I don't want to see it. I will never watch it. I will never support it. And just because you are even putting yourself in that position as a black man that's supposed to represent other black men, I definitely can't support you. But I do hold you to a certain standard. And you need to be exposed for this. You're looking at a meal ticket. You know people are struggling with their identity. You know people, but you know what? Let me do this real quick. Let me break this down real quick, right? Hold up. It just came to me that I need to say this. So, in order for Ray J to come up with the idea to have a show of all transgender men, you had to sit down with somebody. The thought had to come to you. A discussion had to be made. You had to think about this. Like I want y'all to really, really woosah real quick and hear me out. You really had to have some sick thoughts go through your head in order for you to come to the conclusion that this would be a good idea for broadcast. which means that in order for you to have this type of idea and concept, a part of you had to desire it. Am I stretching the truth a little bit? Am I going too far out of the realm? Because I mean, really think about this for a second. If you like to produce music or write music, you have to be a lyricist. You have to pick up a pen and paper and you have to formulate the thoughts. You got to have talking points. You got to know what audience you're trying to reach. You got to know what you're talking about, what the subject is. It has to come from up here first. If you find someone sexually arousing or attractive, it starts up here. You're thinking about if they're a good person. You're thinking about if they have certain things with them that will be pleasurable to you. You're inquiring of the other person in an intimate way. And it starts here and it starts in the heart. That's why a woman will only invest in someone that she likes. If she don't like you, she's not doing nothing for you. You're only going to get the bare minimum. A woman who loves or likes or is attracted to a person will let them get away with way more than anybody else. So Ray J, you come up with this whole idea to put a group of transgender people in a house. Where did the idea come from, Ray J? How did you come up with that? How?
What?
You didn't just randomly see it somewhere and say, "Oh, that's a good idea." No, you thought about this for a second, and then it made me think about didn't bro just say he liked to he dressed up as a female and he liked the way he looked as a female? Huh?
It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah. Something's real dark inside of you, brother. And I suggest you get some prayer hands put on you. But then again, I'm not surprised because Hollywood is like that. The majority of Hollywood is like that. So why would he be any, what I'm saying, out of the realm of being a diddler? He's definitely got to be a diddler. No doubt about it, he's a diddler. And if he's not, that still is questionable, brother. I'm not sitting around here thinking about how to no, I don't want to see it. Why would you want to see it? And then on top of that, why would you think that somebody else would want to see that shit? You want people to come out the closet. You feel like if you do this, it will bring a different demographic and audience to your portfolio so that you can grow more. You want to appease the LGBTQ community so that your fading career can be redeemed, right? But at the same time, while you are doing what you're doing, you're causing people to stray. You're causing people to go into a whole entirely different world that they're going to regret later on. I guarantee you there's people right now in hell pissed off, absolutely pissed off because they decided that they were going to follow somebody else. Yeah, but and these are my final remarks. I'm gonna let y'all get up off here. I do thank everybody who pulled up. Um, have you ever been involved with someone and it didn't work out, but during your reflection time of thinking about just all of the stuff you went through with the person, you wished that you had never listened to them, or you would have never followed their direction, or you would have just moved differently, made different decisions because of the way they were was very destructive and chaotic, but you looked at them with such admiration and so much love, and you held them to a certain standard that you just wanted to ride the wave with them. But then later on, when the smoke settles and they're no longer to be found, they're not your friends no more, they're not your lovers no more, your husbands, your wives, your friends, whatever, they gone. You had to get rid of them, or God removed them. And you were still fortunate enough to still be present here, alive. Did you ever ask yourself, why did I ever listen to them? Nothing about what they were doing was building me, lifting me up. Nothing they did was making me a better person. They got me into more trouble than they got me in higher elevations. They absolutely did nothing to make me a better woman or a better man. All I did was argue and cry and fuss with them, or question their loyalty, or question if they were real. It was never anything there solid. I'm pretty sure everyone here is, and that's how I feel about him. That's how I feel about him and all these celebrities that we worship. You're gonna wish you never gave so much of your eye and ear to them. You're gonna wish you never listened to them and tried to dress like them and tried to talk like them. You're gonna wish that. I think right now is the perfect time to question your reality and to question the people that you're around, what you hear and see and what you believe, and ask yourself if you're really living the life that you want to live for you and not for anybody else. They don't care. They're going to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing these videos, these TV shows, until we say we're not doing it. Nope. You're not going to get my watch hour time. You're not going to get my likes. You're not going to get my shares, my comments, my reposts, my retweets. I'm not giving you none of it. And anyone else who supports it, they need to, I'm separating myself from all of it. That's where I'm at with it. I don't want no parts of it. Leave me out of it. No. But I thank everybody, man, for pulling up. I hope y'all Mondays is pretty blessed. Do me a solid. Check out the paranormal activity that is Cryptic Creed. I want to go ahead and plug that clip one more time before we get up out of here, because I love this show. I love doing these shows, man. Hold on.
And for those of you who don't know, St. Augustine is one of the most haunted cities in the United States. And I think it was our 3-year anniversary. I can't remember, but I had decided to rent a bed and breakfast for us for about 3 days. And we had two bed and breakfasts. So the first one was at a well-known, like haunted bed and breakfast. We had 2 nights there. And then the third night we spent somewhere else.
If you're thinking about going there, make sure you watch that video and then let me know if you still want to go there. It's 4 episodes. 4 episodes, all dope. Open mic Friday. We be back tomorrow. Actually, we live all this week, so make sure you tap in. This is Assembly of Excellence saying good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening and your week.